How did they find out that she was a man?
Come to any charlatan.
Like microdosing?
I remember once having a conversation in the US and I was talking about my childhood experience and I said sanatorium and people
like, oh my God.
Katerina, no, I hope not.
Right. You're going to sleep and you don't remember anything after all.
People want to have hope.
People like chiropractors and acupuncturists and masseurs or masseuses.
Hypnosis, for example.
And that scene is kind of comedic. You're just laying down on the couch and everything and just you're going to get into a deep sleep and tell me about your childhood.
She reached some point at her pre-life and she was someone else. She was a man.
Hello, and welcome to the new episode of the BigAppleSchool Podcast, the bi-weekly English show where we speak about everything under the sun. The major goal of this show is to help you with your listening skills and, of course, learn something new. My name's Katya, I'm your host, and today with me,
Varya.
Ugur.
And Maria.
So guys, long time no see. How are you doing?
Oh, great. Spring's almost here.
Oh my
kind
God,
of.
I'm so excited.
Everything's gray and brown out there, and I'm wishing for a little blade of grass to poke through.
Soon we're going to see it. But have you heard the birds chirping
Yes, I
in the
have.
morning?
I have.
My
Yes,
God.
yes, they're busy.
They're busy. I can't wait for the flowers, for the grass. Soon. What about you guys?
Yeah, we are also waiting.
Mhm.
I'm personally,
Yeah,
waiting.
I'm waiting it too. Yeah.
Have you got any news? What's up? What's new? What's shaking?
Nothing much so that I could share it in the podcast. Everything the same, yeah.
Same old.
Same old.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Aw, boring.
Yeah, we are.
It's like when we,
No,
ask,
okay,
when we
yeah.
ask our students, so what's going on? And they're just like,
Okay.
don't you have anything exciting to say?
They're like,
No.
no. Same old, same thing.
And when you ask them, how are you? They always say fine.
Fine, thanks,
and then
and you?
you can I ban you from saying this word fine. Think about something different.
Yeah, I remember watching a TV show and in there it said, fine doesn't mean fine. The
Fine,
scale
yeah.
goes, great, okay, I hate you, fine.
Fine. Mhm.
Yeah, okay. Well then, let's then move on to the topic of our today's episode. So we're going to talk about medicine and, conventional medicine and alternative medicine. We actually have had an episode, as far as I remember, regarding some of the aspects of alternative medicine. So if you're interested, you can check that out. That was, I think, a couple of years ago. So but that was different people, different topic. Everything was different. So let's talk about that today with you guys. So first of all, what forms of alternative medicine do you know? Just so we kind of define it. What is it?
Hypnosis, for example. I don't know. It comes to my mind like the most alternative thing.
Okay.
And I really don't know if it is something that really works or some kind of fake and fraudery thing, because really I don't know. But I know some people who tried hypnosis.
Well, that reminds me of dream analysis then.
Mhm.
You could go to a psychologist or something.
You know what's interesting though, because they're so close, but dream analysis would be considered conventional medicine,
Medicine, yeah.
whereas hypnosis is alternative.
Mhm.
Where is the line?
Line, yeah.
And by the way, I don't know if it is really alternative, because only psychiatrists can do hypnosis. It's not like you come to any charlatan and
I'm not sure
should
it's
be a doctor.
psychiatrists. I think it's psychologists.
No, it's a therapist, like real doctor.
It's like,
Right. In America, I think anyone can do
yeah,
it.
back
Yeah.
in
Yes, I have no
22, yeah.
Jesuits could do it.
And I read a book about hypnosis by a psychologist. He was not a psychiatrist. He was just a psychologist who performed hypnosis on his clients. I can't say
In
patients.
his basement.
Hopefully not.
Red room.
Right, all right. You're going to sleep and you don't remember anything after all.
That's interesting,
Scary,
though.
right?
That's interesting, though. What exactly can come to mind while you're under hypnosis? Do you believe in it in general? I mean, Masha is in between minds.
I think it can reveal something from your unconsciousness or subconsciousness, of course. But I mean, how do you deal with this afterwards? After you wake up, I just don't know how it works, what a therapist does with it. Because, okay, you reveal some past trauma and then you need to somehow deal with it. You need to treat it. So I just don't know how it works, but well, it's interesting, but I think that you should trust a person a lot to undergo hypnosis. I just don't know who I could let do this.
A professional, at least.
I mean,
that should be.
Even a professional.
And that scene is kind of comedic. You're just laying down on the couch and everything, and just you're going to get into a deep sleep and tell me about your childhood. So,
well, at best, it's just relaxation, really.
But all right, the level of relaxation
I
is
think
also
this sort of
important.
thing, like with the pendulum, is something.
And
It's
you're
more about
drooling and everything. It doesn't work and everything, and you just
Yeah,
get
I
a
don't
kind of
believe in it.
disappointment at the end of it.
I heard that it's no longer with the pendulum or anything. You just listen to the voice. You try to like meditate.
Yeah, count
So-
backwards or something.
Okay.
You reach the same state as you do in meditation.
Yeah, that would work.
Well, that's why I
know.
say the at best you're just relaxing, like yoga class or something.
Yeah.
At best.
But I have recently heard about another type of hypnosis. I'm not sure whether it can be called alternative medicine, because I don't think it's medicine in the first place. So it's when a psychologist, they're also called regressologists, I think. So when they take you into the state of hypnosis or some sort of deep meditation, and they ask you questions about your previous lives.
Oh, right.
Okay.
And then they kind of analyze it, in connection with your current life and so on.
I have a friend who actually underwent this thing.
What did they say?
She said that she probably understood her relationship with her mom better now after this session. Well, I don't know. And
Freudian?
she kind of, she reached some point at her pre-life, and she was someone else. She was a man in some other time. Well, I really don't know if it is just a fantasy. I think it's probably
how did they find out that she was a man?
Because you can see yourself apparently in this state of hypnosis. You can see who you were.
Well, sometimes in
Are
our
we sure
dreams.
drugs not involved in that? So it's only hypnosis?
It's just made up. I really think so. It's just all made up.
I don't know.
I think it's just
I'm not
imagination and
speculating.
fantasy, because in my imagination, I can be, a cat. I can be a Maine Coon. Why not? Maybe it was my past
Meerkat.
life.
That must have been a great life, though,
Yeah.
Just eating. You know what? I believe that whatever helps, if that helps you to deal with the current problem or something,
All right,
Go
come
for it.
in, right?
That is the belief and the importance of believing in a myth, whatever it is, if it's a religion or some kind of fantasy, just so that you can understand your purpose, your meaning for Earth. Because if you don't have your little myth going on, your own little world, what's the reason for being here? So that the importance of myth. So I agree.
people need something to believe
Yeah,
in.
if you believe in aliens coming down, if it helps you, who does it harm?
It can harm. I mean, alternative medicine can harm because it distracts you from real treatment sometimes. And while you spend your time and money doing this stuff, disease can really progress. This is the most dangerous thing, I think.
This is one of the disadvantages of that, and the dangers of it.
Because
I guess.
sometimes it can help. Not hypnosis, but we started to make a list of alternative medicine treatments, and we can think of herbal treatment, and acupuncture, and maybe what else? Homeopathy, right? I think some of these things can really relieve your pain or help you with some minor symptoms. But I came to this idea that if you believe in alternative medicine, then you need to change probably your whole lifestyle. For example, you believe in Chinese medicine, right? Okay, herbal things, and I don't know what they use, maybe some roots or whatever. Then you need to change your way of eating, what sport you do, and you need to become
adapt yourself into it, right?
fully, not just take some Chinese pills that they give you, but change it.
So you can't just take basically one herbal drink and believe that it's going to fix all your problems. You need to go deeper than that.
I agree with that. And actually, we call it preventive medicine.
Yeah,
So what we're talking about.
yeah.
So you do these things to change your lifestyle to prevent injury or some, stressful, the stress that really affects your body that can really create a lot of problems.
Yeah. Because you can't continue eating junk food and sitting all day at the desk and just take these Chinese expensive pills and then say, oh, this doesn't work. It could possibly work if you changed like everything and if you went to mountains and lived there peacefully and so on.
That's why people like chiropractors and acupuncturists and masseurs or masseuses will
this
ask.
is such a strange word. Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
What is that?
It's French.
Masseuse.
Are you talking about masseur, masseuse?
Masseuse.
Yes, you have to differentiate between men and women. But when you go to these people, just like what Masha was saying, is that these people ask you about what's going on in your life so they can address the emotional problems or the psychological problems, because it's not just physical, because the physical, the body just doesn't lie.
Yeah.
It's interesting. You mentioned chiropractors. So is that also considered alternative medicine?
Definitely.
Yeah.
What do they do? Okay.
They crack your bones and just...
Well, they don't like to use the word crack.
Okay, I
So
know.
don't use the word
Yeah,
crack. It's called adjustment.
Adjustment, joint adjustment.
Adjustment. It's because things get out of place, and they do it even for animals.
Is it? Oh, I've seen some videos.
Yes.
Oh my God, I love those videos when animals like first, the look of shock, and then they're like, oh,
What happened?
Yeah.
Is it the same as osteopathy?
I don't know what that is. Yeah, it has something to do with bones.
Osteopath. Because I thought that like the osteopath, they kind of move the bones.
Yeah.
So I was wondering
that
if
sounds
that's...
what chiropractics. Yeah, that's.
I think it's just an English word, an English term to what we call
maybe
osteopath.
Maybe so.
Oh my God. Different. Because once I thought that this is chiropractic. Like, no, that's different. I'm like, how is it different?
But it's not just the spine. Yeah, you start with the spine and the neck.
You can,
but of course, it's the legs or whatever needs adjustment, your hips.
Adjustment.
Yes, adjustment. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a relief after it's done. You just like, oh my goodness. Oh, I can't believe I was living,
I born again. That kind of,
yes, born again.
Yeah.
It feels, and it's also can be very emotional too. There are certain things connected in your neck. And then when this chiropractor adjusts something with your head that goes very extreme, it's like, oh my God.
Can it be painful during the session?
And yeah, you know what? Afterwards, sometimes it's painful. Because your body has kind of shifted around. Yeah.
Oh.
But
and they're also using kind of hammers and everything.
No, my chiropractor never used hammers.
On
hammers and nails. I mean, no.
Okay.
Nails. Nobody said anything about nails.
Yeah.
Hammers. Yeah, I saw a couple of videos like they hammer all the joints and everything, like crack them.
I have a feeling that's a bit too extreme or too strong.
I don't know. There's different tensions because my chiropractor was married to a chiropractor and she was more gentle, but I preferred him because he was just like, I really need something extreme. And I really loved going to him for a long time. But it just felt so much, it's something that you have to go, just like you were saying before, not just one time. You have to change your lifestyle and do it on a regular basis.
Do you think that sometimes alternative medicine kind of shifts and becomes a part of conventional medicine? Because you've mentioned massage.
Right.
And I think that
some doctors suggest that, all right, if you do this medication, use this medication for 6 months or gel, cream, whatever is that, so you can keep up your treatment with the massage or whatever.
Well, it could also go the other way because my acupuncturist would be able to work with patients who are, let's say, on cancer medication. So that's why they always ask your background. Let's say someone has some disease, and you could use that as an alternative, something that is compatible with Western medicine.
Okay. Some people seek like kind of solution, like you're terminal stage 3 lung cancer, and you just stop your medication or your treatment with your doctor, and you just do some alternative medication. Do you think it's kind of okay?
I think it's just comforting.
it's people. So see, people want to have hope.
okay.
So
but
in
with
this
herbs,
whatever gives them this hope.
You mean stage 3? It's not the terminal stage, right? I think
4,
stage 4.
I guess.
Yeah,
4,
stage 4
3 or
yeah.
4. Yeah.
Well, when doctors, Western doctors still have hope, I think it's better to do this traditional thin approach. Yeah.
It's more about, it's kind of sad when you see people who deny conventional medicine. They say, I will not undergo the chemo. I will not undergo
The
radiation or whatever.
Immunotherapy or whatever.
I will only do that with the help of alternative medicine. And then it gets worse.
But yeah, what is
feel
the success rate of it compared with the conventional one?
I don't want to say none, but
yes, none to little to none.
statistically,
Yeah.
when it comes to such diseases, yeah.
That kind of reminds me of a religion. Have you ever heard of Christian Science? It's a religion that started in the...
Is it a Scientology?
No. It's very different from Scientology. So Christian Science was started by Mary Baker Eddy in the late, 1800s. And it works on the premise that humans, man, women are made in the image of God. God is perfect. Therefore, humans are perfect. And therefore, nothing is wrong with us. And so you go to practitioners and they remind you of how perfect you're in the image of God. And they do deny going to doctors.
Well, I kind of thought that Scientologists do that, no?
I don't know. Scientology is crazy. Christian Science at least has some...
It's like
10%
crazy. The Scientology is like much
but Scientology
crazier.
does not tell you to really not go to doctors or other things. I don't know. I've experienced a little bit of LA Scientology. But Christian Science, I'm just talking about a religion with a God. I think Scientology doesn't really believe in a God. I'm just talking about.
So
They believe money. Yeah.
Yeah, in
Christian
yeah.
Science, I think I've heard about that. I just confused that with the Scientology.
it's-
So they also believe that if you pray, you'll be able to get better. And if
it's
you
not about
don't,
praying. I think it's about believing in your body, that your body will heal itself like this.
Well,
How?
Well, as I said,
the immune system and everything. Oh, sorry.
No, it doesn't. Christian Science doesn't talk about the body specifically. It talks about the fact that you are the image of God, therefore you are perfect, and there's whatever's wrong with you is in your mind.
Has anyone seen God?
So it's not. It doesn't have something to do with your immune system or anything.
okay.
So you go to practitioners, and they remind you that you are the perfect image of God. And of course, you can go to dentists and things of emergencies, but things like colds and things, or if there's some kind of, problem where you really should have an operation, they still might deny. I mean, there have been articles that you could read in the newspaper where children have been denied.
Broken bones. What about
Yeah,
this?
they do believe that they should be
Or does it
set.
apply also to dentistry or whatever?
Yeah, that's okay, but just,
It's like if your body is really broken physically, then we can fix it because you will be more similar to God, yeah?
Yeah, it's just,
I just-
none of it's logical, but it's just...
Don't apply logic
If you
to it.
resemble God, why you get hurt at the first place?
Well, that's a good question.
That's another question. It's about
All right,
religion.
let's go
and,
to church and just discuss this.
I should have prepared for this dispute.
And what can you say about homeopathy? Like, how would you define that? What is that? What's your attitude? 'Cause it's kind of...
Homeopathy.
It's like everything is
Widespread.
treatment and everything is poison, depending on the dosage. And in homeopathy, they use like really, really, really tiny dosage of something. So tiny that you can't even actually find it.
Like microdosing?
Yeah.
But what?
Less than micro. Of some poisonous substances or good substances. It depends on the illness, as far as I know. Yeah. And once I
don't know, how do you know that what the dose that you need to take? So
usually it's like microgram or something.
Okay,
So
that's
whatever
what I
that,
was trying to say.
whatever that is,
Okay, micrograms. All right, 120 micrograms. Okay,
mostly
so what is
just
next?
small pills of sugar that you eat.
Okay.
But placebo effect.
Yeah, I was just
is
about to,
really powerful tool, I think. Well, because it really helps. It has to do maybe with our, not mentality, but with our mind. And sometimes if we really believe that something helps, it helps. And symptoms can not maybe disappear, but can be released. Yeah, and it really helps.
Okay.
Not homeopathy, but
the placebo,
Yeah,
but the mind.
placebo.
Yeah.
Well, I remember they have been conducting, some experiments on placebo effect, and they were having separate groups. So control group, people who are getting the medication, people who are getting the fake medication. And then they saw, the statistics and so on. And very often it depended on a person, as they say, if a person believes they can get treated, they will get treated. Because in general, they say that positive attitude to your disease.
Like a mindset.
A mindset matters a lot. Because when a person, let's say, gets, I do not know, cancer, and they say, that's it. Like, I'm not going to.
End of the line.
Yeah. So they're hopeless. They are not going to get better because of the mindset. But if they have a mindset like, okay, there is a chance, I'm going to use this chance, I'm going to get better, there is a high chance they are going to get better, unless it's a terminal stage because, well, let's be.
Yeah.
Okay, so that reminds me of music therapy. Have you ever heard of Alzheimer's patients being given some kind of music that maybe they used to listen to when they were, a little girl or something, and they have this.
And it reminds them of the time when they were sane and bright and they really become.
There's one in particular, you can find it on YouTube, of some old ballerina who danced Swan Lake, and she was in Alzheimer's condition, and they put on Swan Lake, and she could move her arms and she could remember all of her steps.
Well, but only temporary.
Yes.
Only for the time when music sounds.
Once the music is off, right, exactly. Music therapy. And it plays into what you were saying about being hopeful. When you just listen to music, it can uplift your spirits. It can buoy you and make you feel better.
That's true. That's true. I haven't heard much about it, but I do remember reading about that case about the ballerina that you mentioned. Yeah. And she started, I think I watched the video. She started, moving the hands and the legs just as she would when she was dancing. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So what do you see as pros and cons of alternative medicine?
Cheaper than traditional.
Not always, I guess. Depending. If people go to their, maybe Chinese doctor or other doctor for many years, they can spend lots of money.
Okay, so the con really is like a con where they will charge you either for medication, if it's what we call Western medicine, or some kind of other con where they are not really telling you the truth about things and just leading you on. So that's definitely a disadvantage.
Are they experimenting on you or just trials?
Or they know it doesn't work, but they just want the money. The money thing.
Yeah, money.
Yeah.
But I mean, talking about the money, let's remember how expensive medical care is in the US, so I guess that a lot of people turn to alternative medicine just because they can't afford the Western one, because sometimes it's thousands and thousands and thousands.
Well, the alternative medicine, like Masha was saying about changing your lifestyle, maybe they have no choice. Like, okay, let me get rid of all this stuff and just go to yoga class or something.
Interesting. You would consider yoga as alternative medicine?
Yeah, I've never been to a yoga class, but I think it would be. I mean, it certainly, keeps your body, lifted in different postures and just calm yourself down. And I've heard people who love their yoga class.
Oh, yeah, I know a lot of people who love their yoga.
All right, let's think about it. You have a kidney disorder and you start yoga and it disappears or what?
Well, no, but definitely that the idea of changing your hopelessness to hope, that feeling of just being able to confront the challenges ahead.
But okay, at the end of the day, you have still a kidney stone.
Right, but you're talking about extreme things. Like all I'm saying is like the lifestyle of keeping yourself feeling good can contribute to taking care of a kidney stone.
Maybe some postures can help this stone to go
in the proper direction.
Yeah.
You can go to both doctors. If you have a kidney stone, go to a doctor. But then
but we are talking about alternative medicine. That's why.
okay. Well, then let me make myself clear. You can use both at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
first doctor in the morning and afternoon. You have the yoga class.
Yeah, go to yoga class in the morning and then go to your regular doctor. Yeah.
That works. Okay.
Not to feel
You
desperate.
convinced me. Oh, yeah, thank you so much. Right.
Because, if doctors are so expensive, then you feel desperate. So go to a yoga class, not to feel desperate, to feel hopeful.
Yes, exactly. It works.
Good balance.
Well, actually, you've mentioned, what have you just mentioned? I wanted to
A lot of things.
point that out.
Money? That it is expensive. It could be, yeah.
I have a memory span of a goldfish. Oh my God, I had this idea right there in my head.
We were interrupting.
Jeez. Okay, never
we
mind.
also, I had previously mentioned it, like people can be just wasting their time doing only alternative medicine things. And this can be the most dangerous part of this.
If
they
agree.
don't address a doctor.
Yes, I agree. Like going to these sanitariums, whatever you call them here. We don't call them that, so it's kind of a new word.
I remember once having a conversation in the US and I was talking about my childhood experience and I said sanatorium and people
like, oh my God.
Katerina, no, I hope not.
A crazy asylum.
Asylum,
I think it is.
I was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. No, this is not where I went.
Yeah.
But in this case, we have these places for preventative measures, because you relax there, it's not for treatment very often. It's more about preventing.
Yeah, but I still also agree with Masha that you don't go to these alternative medicines when the Western medicine needs to be addressed with the Western medicine. Yeah, that's why I say both.
So combination works best.
A combination.
And maybe alternative medicine is more about preventing, while Western medicine is more about treating symptoms, releasing symptoms of some disease. And probably then when you don't have this, how we call it, like emergency situation, yes, when it is released, when you don't have symptoms, maybe then you need to change your whole lifestyle. If you have this risk, let's say, of heart disease, then you can do, I don't know, special yoga for people with this risk or special herbal things. Well, I really don't know what can be like
I
in
have
this.
hemorrhage. Yeah, let's go to yoga.
Maybe. Who knows? Maybe there is a special form of yoga for this.
As my acupuncturist would explain, he said that acupuncture can strengthen your body so that you can handle these very strong medications, these cancer medications, because they can really wipe you out.
Yeah.
And so it's all about strengthening.
Acupuncture is the needles, right?
Yeah.
Needle therapy.
Acupuncture works on the premise that there are something like 12 or 9 meridians that flow through your body, like little freeways and highways.
Pressure points.
Well, before that, these energy things go through your body. And if there's a problem, there's a blockage. And so this is where you have to release this place, like what you said, pressure points or needle points. And you can get needles stuck anywhere in your body or head or ears or anywhere. Just
like you're a porcupine.
Yeah.
Ooh, a little head hole. So we haven't mentioned one more type of alternative medicine that Ura has mentioned before the podcast, which is cupping.
Cupping therapy. Yeah.
Is that, so I guess we still consider that alternative medicine, or do we not? Is it a part of conventional
medicine? Could you please
medicine?
explain it to me?
Yeah,
because I probably lost.
Imagine little jars on your back.
Stick on your back.
Oh, there is a special term for it.
Yeah, it's cupping or suction treatment.
Oh, okay.
They used to use the leeches for sucking the bad blood out of your body. It's kind of a similar.
Not the bad blood. They're just sucking any
extra
blood.
Any blood, yeah. And no. All right, no. All right. We are square right now.
So,
not that one.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Although I was always laughing, like, how do leeches know which is the bad blood, which is the good blood?
Know. It all tastes good to them.
Like Ray does, like here, the bad blood. So yeah, but cupping though, what do people use that for? Like, is it because when I saw all of that, my mom recently got the cupping, and I kind of thought that this is for like the back pain.
Back pain and lumbar pain, your spine pain. So I did that after my accident as a part of my physiotherapy, and it was kind of a nice.
Was it painful?
No, but you feel the pressure and the suction. So it's kind of all right.
It's an ancient...
kind of.
Yeah, because I know my acupuncturist did that too.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to say the bruises after that look
that's
horrible.
Kind of like this big. Yeah.
Welts, maybe. Welts, like maybe a swelling.
Not swelling, but you have a rash after that, and then the bruising, and it's kind of an itchy. Yeah. Like 2 days or something, but you feel all right. Your posture is kind of right. Yeah. All right, I'm an Iron Man kind of thing. That's cool.
You know, as a person who sometimes has some sort of back issues, well, because we're sitting at our computers, sitting like prawns, like that. I understand that very often when it comes to back pain, actually alternative medicine is proposed much more often than the conventional one.
Oh, well, like surgery, right?
Well,
that's extreme.
That's surgery. That is the end of the line.
Yeah.
I don't even know if surgery. Oh, I didn't know the surgery.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's so extreme.
Yeah,
Western medicine will say, yeah, you need surgery, and before that, really, you need to try other things.
What about physiotherapy? Is it conventional or alternative?
Yeah, this sounds like sports medicine.
Sports kind, yeah. Alternative, we can say, right?
Yeah, but they use it in hospitals.
Yeah.
In hospital,
but conventional.
Well, it kind of answers your question.
I think it's somewhere borderline.
In between, yeah. Maybe I can.
Where is this line?
Because you pose the question, where is the line? And so now they're getting a little bit more crossed, a little bit.
Sometimes,
I think so.
There are specific machines that they are using on you, but no medicine or no whatever. So you're just trying to just do the things by yourself. I don't know.
I have realized that we should mention one more thing. So I don't know whether it's not really acupuncture, but in Russia and back from the Soviet time, there is this applicators or applicators as they're called, because in Russian it's applicator. It's basically like a mat with a lot of short, needly pointy plastic spikes. And you lie down on it and you can feel those pointy
like
stuff.
Indian bat,
I think it has to do with Indian or Chinese medicine.
But the thing is that it's not like nails. So they are rather short and they can be made of plastic, they can be made of metal, and you lie down on it and you feel this sort of pressure and it's so good, especially for the back.
For the back of neck.
And this sort of place where you have... Very often we have this little hump,
Well, I think it works because the blood starts circulating better in these parts of your body, which are not usually involved because we don't usually move our spine actually in a proper way.
And I remember talking to a doctor and I'm like, I have this like back pain and backache because I sit most of the day. She's like, yeah, so you should do, the doctor said, yoga, as has been mentioned, or something like other physical activity, but preferably yoga. Buy this applicator and lie on it for like half an hour. It really helps to get the blood, like going and flowing and so on. So what else? And basically all the tips that she said were connected with like yoga or doing such kind of exercises. So I'm like, okay. Oh, and massage.
And hydrotherapy. Have you ever heard hydrotherapy?
It's like
you're just getting into the tub and
like a jacuzzi.
Like a jacuzzi, but
or
more
aerobics in the water.
Yeah, like swimming or just moving your body parts and limbs in a way.
I've never tried the hydrotherapy, but it sounds fun.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, it's like a jacuzzi, as you said. That would be
have
kind
you
of
heard
a part of
combing? So my acupuncturist would comb. There's a wooden comb, literally a comb, and dipped in oil. Oh, no, they massage hot oil on your back, and they comb you.
Like hair, but...
Yes, exactly, comb strokes.
Because
ASMR.
I'm out of the game, guys, sorry. So,
so I have no idea how that might help, but it's just I feel like it's nice to the touch. It's nice to feel it.
This wooden, and the fragrance of the oil is just so... relaxing, and it smells good. So you get aromatherapy with that.
It's like mini massage.
Yeah, I would say
exactly a massage with a comb. Long strokes.
Oh, I should get back to my. What's the difference again?
A masseur is a guy, and a masseuse
is
masseuse.
Yeah.
I should get back to my masseuse.
Do we have another word for this, like massage therapist, or I don't know?
Oh, okay, massage therapist, exactly.
You don't like this French word either, do you?
I like some French words like aubergine, but not this particular word. I
do you
really
like
don't know.
entrepreneur?
Oh
No,
my God.
no, I don't. No, I don't.
Let's go back to the topic. Medicine. All right. Sorry.
I mean, I like entrepreneurs, but not the word.
Enchanté. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's go.
Well, I remember we talked about medical care in the US and in Russia in one of the episodes, but I realized that I know nothing about medical care in Turkey. So in general, can you get like free medical care?
Free medical care generally, but all right, it depends. We have the private hospitals. Some private hospitals are specialized for private practice. For example, it's not good to have like a neurosurgical interventions in a like a government hospital. So it would be better to just go the private one, or like, I don't know, cardiovasculars. They are okay to get it into private sector. But yeah, all free.
So basically you have some sort of a medical insurance that gives you a chance to do it. Okay, all right. Because I remember that episode where we discussed medical care in the US and how you need to have medical insurance, but it's sometimes
and you need to be a millionaire for that. Yeah.
Or you go to alternative medicine.
Yeah,
yoga class.
All right, my packet is gone. Yeah.
Actually, I think there's one more thing that is recently got more common in the US, which is marijuana, because they start to prescribe it for pain
relief,
pain relief, for some sort of
minor depression.
Yes. So some things like that. So I guess we can also include that in the list of alternative medicine in some countries, because in Russia it's very illegal.
Yes.
Very.
Yes.
So don't do that here, please.
We are responsible people. No, we don't. We're not going to do that kind of thing. Yeah. But what about in USA?
Well, as liberal as I am, I'm completely against it. But I just think of, if people are just lighting up a doobie, the poor little animals, babies, children get the contacts. So that's kind of where I stand. But I have nothing to do with it. It's not my fight. It's not my struggle. So I don't really care. I stay out of it.
So we can see that in general, alternative medicine is so widespread in many, many, many forms and shapes. So should governments fund alternative medicine then?
Governments will not do this.
But should they?
But pharmaceutical companies.
What kind of medicine or alternative medicine we are talking about?
Chiropractor, acupuncturist.
The specializations. Okay. I just thought about the
I just don't
material
see any reasons why they should do this.
To get the population healthier?
But it's a matter of choice.
But then
preventive
doctors,
medicine, maybe.
Okay, so if they prevent illnesses, maybe doctors will go out of business. Maybe it has something to do with money. Keeping people sick.
It always comes down to money.
And the pharmaceutical companies needing to...
I mean, people will always get sick and the doctors will always be needed.
Yeah, they'll always love to prescribe medicine.
Well, alternative medicine is a very large sphere. It's just hard to control. I mean, Chinese medicine, Indian medicine, whatever medicine, maybe South African or Australian, I don't know. And the government will not be able to control it. That's why they will not.
I think, in China, the government controls the herbs. And so whatever herbs are sent from China to America for the acupuncturists to use, those are controlled by the Chinese government. And then, of course, we have like open borders where things are allowed through. That's all I know about it. I'm very limited about that, but that's...
Maybe it should be like maybe reconsider it, and some parts of alternative medicine could be included into conventional medicine. Like maybe they should have this big convention and like discuss all these things.
Well, you know how medication has to be passed by law, the FDA. But then there are, what is it called, GMC or whatever, GNC health food stores where they carry vitamins and supplements that are not approved. And it says on the bottle, this is not approved, but they're still allowed to be sold.
Okay.
And they put like a food supplement instead of like medicine.
I don't know.
Like a food supplement, like the vitamins, vitamin D, like B12 or whatever.
I guess things that are called names that I've never heard of, things that some alternative doctor would have prescribed, but it's not regulated.
Or not regulated or not approved.
And you can buy it without any prescription.
Yes, if you look up, like I think it's called GNC. It's a widespread health food store across America.
Solgar or agency. Yeah.
Sell a lot of stuff that it's not.
In Russia, we can buy it in pharmacy.
Real like
pharmacy.
all those additives. What did you call them?
Food supplements.
Food supplements. Yeah. Well, technically, it's interesting because I used to think that all those vitamins are medicine.
Yeah.
But nowadays they are not. It's if you look at the package, it says not a medicine, not
drug,
medicine.
Yeah.
It's a food supplement.
But doctors can prescribe it.
But doctors do prescribe it. Yeah,
a lot.
Maybe they have an arrangement between the company, and the more you prescribe, the more you get a percentage. Maybe.
I mean,
because sometimes it happens in Turkey.
Maybe like in the United States, the government would certainly want children to take certain kind of vitamins. So we have our food pyramid, what one should take or one should eat. And of course, vitamin C and all the things.
The iron.
Yeah, iron.
Yeah, we used to have the same thing. Like everyone used to get like fish oil at the beginning of the day.
The liquid one I used to do. Yeah.
No, there were pills or drops. Drops are nice. They're sweet and everything.
Yeah. They used to be actually the liquid one.
Yeah, I remember that when I was a kid.
I've never taken it.
It was a smelly and yeah. Why did you do that?
Yeah, the fish oil. Then we used to have beaver fat or something like that.
That sounds like something that happened in the United States way back in the 1800s. I mean, we kind of progressed after that.
I'm from Ugur,
yes, I know.
Progress takes a long time to get there.
It does sound a little backward, I think.
Okay.
No offense.
Bear fat.
Huh?
Bear fat.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
For the bat.
Any kind of lard. It's called lard.
Lard. So, but yeah, I mean, back in the day, we didn't used to think of it as medicine or alternative medicine. It was just thing you do. The same thing. Oh, Masha, we usually have this joke, if you have a cut or something, in Russian, we call it podorожник. Rib grass. I remember it starts with rib.
I really don't know the word for it in English, but it is some kind of plant that grows both sides of the road.
No. Rhubarb is something you can eat. I think it's called rib grass. It's a type of grass that grows in Russia. And they used to use it for cuts and so on, just to
Instead of patching it up, you just put it on and
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we have a joke whatever's wrong, just put a rib grass on it.
Okay.
Well, I've heard of cabbage.
Cabbage?
Did you use cabbage leaves?
No, we didn't.
It is a thing for some issues. If you have some inflammation, I think that then cabbage leaves are meant to help.
Yes, that was recommended by a Soviet ballerina to me. Please put a cabbage leaf on your knee. I'm like, yeah, right. I'm going to do that. Okay. I was just
that's how you know what state the medical care was back in the day.
I knew where she was from.
So, yeah. All righty. Well, guys, thank you so much. We're going to stay here for the after show of the podcast where we're going to talk about alternative medicine in our country and our personal experiences. So if you wonder how exactly you can get to the after show, make sure to check our private Telegram chat, which you can find either through the link on our social media or by searching Big Apple Chatbot in Telegram search engine. So, guys, and of course, let us know your opinion and your thoughts about alternative medicine. Have you had any experience with that? What was it like? And what is your attitude to that? So thank you so much and stay for the after show.
Thank you.
See ya.